I was about to start talking to y'all, and it was going to be real embarrassing because my microphone was about to be turned off. I caught it just in time. How's it going, Anakin and Wildcat and Cringy Taco and Matthew Gaddis and Ram Ram and Not Important and X-Ray and Nugget and Fax and Charex and Radical Onion and Ram and Aegis Michael. And yes, this is Blitzit, and I'm going to feel terrible when I have to stop this music from playing in the lobby when I play a match. This is probably my favorite song from Splatoon 2. Hello, Des Squid and Ari and Gracie and Wildcat and Raphael and 52 Gal Pinkie Pie. You just followed me 15 minutes ago, and now here I am streaming. You have summoned me. And Just a Nerd and Lightning Yin Yang and Gabo and Koopa Shell and TJ and Spitewish and Lightning. I totally said that already, but hi. And Wastelander and TGH. And Carbonated Milk, that's an interesting beverage. And Rat and Maddie's Music. And Nexlation, new speedrun skip was found to skip sections 2 and 3 of Rocket. Hype. An Obscure Reference. And Redalio and Polykin Silver Shadow. And Salted Abnormality. And Gamerdoodle and CH. I am doing very tired. That is the answer to that question, if I'm being honest. It's been a couple nights in a row here where I'll have a project that just goes a little bit later than I expected to. I'm up till like 4 a.m. and then I get up, my day's all messed up, and I'm like eating breakfast in a very weird time of the day, and it messes up the meals. Trying to get the schedule straight today. I was thinking of maybe taking a nap earlier on, and I was like, no, I need to tire myself out so I actually sleep at a proper time. So here I am. I'm tired. But I did get a major upload finished up today. You are going to be able to see it tomorrow morning. It's What Am I Doing Part 2, the section on tower control. So that will be going live at that time. I think that it's theoretically possible for someone to have actually gotten a sneak peek of it already, because at first I actually had it set in the playlist for What Am I Doing, and I was like, wait a minute, last time I did that, people were able to watch it before it released, so it's all secret and sneaky now, but it'll go back on there soon. You're so brave. Is Gem your real name or your stage name? Oh, it's an IGN. Was wondering why you considered Hero Splatter Shot to be worse than the standard one. Okay, so here's the thing about the Hero Splatter Shot, okay? So you would be correct if you were to argue that it's just as good as the Splatter Shot because it shoots at the same speed, at the same range, does the same amount of damage per shot, paints the same, is in every way identical in terms of the main weapon, has the same sub and the same special. It does not increase your hitbox size to any degree, so there's no defensive capabilities. In every gameplay facet, really, they are the same weapon. However, there's this thing in Splatoon where, all of the weapons are fun imaginings of household items, okay? So you got the glue guns, right? They're literal hot glue guns. You got the Explo, which is a furnace, okay? You've got a paint roller. You've got floss. You've got like a propane tank or a water cooler jug, or whatever you want to call that, right? You've got the Nintendo Zapper, just standard household items, not paid at all by Nintendo to say this, a power drill, a spray paint can, a stick of bamboo that you have in your house for some reason, a sandcastle building bucket, a ballpoint pen, a pressure washer. They're all these like random assorted household items, and I think that's neat. This is an old model of Super Soaker, alright? This is the kind of squirt gun that kids in like the early 2000s were running around and spraying each other with. This is neat. I like that it is specifically a kid's squirt gun. But this thing is a P90. It is a gun. It is an actual, like, battle rifle or whatever. I don't actually know what you would classify it as. That's probably very wrong, and the gun nuts out there are upset at me. But it's just a gun in a shooter, and that's lame. So, for the reasons I have outlined above, the only correct answer is to choose the splatter shot. I rest my case. May I ask, are you full-time streamer? Yes, I am definitely more than full-time at this point. I'm doing a lot of work. Howdy, howdy, howdy. How should I pick a set of weapons that I play? Right now I'm focused on Junior and Slosher, but I don't know what weapons I should try to learn to be as well-rounded as I can while still having the playstyle I want. Well-rounded is not necessarily a thing you need to be. I think that there is a lot of power in specializing. You should learn what you can about all of the weapons in the game, but as in terms of learning how to execute on them and learning the muscle memory for them, as similar a weapon pool as possible that you can put together, you know, that's what's actually going to make you as cracked as you can be on those weapons. Junior is very supportive, throws a lot of bombs. Slosher, maybe it's the fact that you liked the splat bomb in particular, so that might be something to think about. Because that's what they have in common, basically. But Slosher is more of a midline slayer, so some different ideas there. How's it going, Jamie? How'd you think of IGN for your internet alias? Well, what is the IGN, the journalism outlet, actually stand for? I literally, like, don't even know what IGN, what does it stand for? Imagine Games Network. Interesting. Imagine gaming. Just think about it for a second. Let it filter through your mind. Just let it play there. Imagine gaming. No, but it's cool that they've managed to. I think it's cooler as IGN because like you've got the pun on in-game name. Like how often do you see an acronym that's a pun? That's actually really cool. Gem's just been my gamer tag since like 2008. I'm at my great aunt and uncle's anniversary party and can't attend class tonight. Sorry for the short notice. Want to make it up with. Oh, I mean, don't worry about it. Like, spend time with your family. They're more important than some dude that you watch on the internet. Appreciate you stopping by, though. What are blasters supposed to be? I think they're modeled after hot rods. Like, there are parts of cars that are modeled in here. Plus, there's the red paint job. It's based on that. Thing you use to fill your gas at the gas station? Yeah, I can see that too. That would make some sense. Oh, you know what is definitely a pressure washer, though, is actually the Hydra. The nozzles of the Hydra look totally like it. So yeah, I might have that wrong, but... Tri-slosher is actually a paintbrush? Oh, it's a paintbrush washer bucket. Okay, I liked the first part of that when I didn't read everything. It's actually a paintbrush, guys. A gas pump. Gem out here spreading misinformation. Yeah, like I did with today's video. God. I can't believe... Sometimes I make mistakes and I'm like, those are not important mistakes. Today's video with friggin' tower control sturgeon, where I was like, I guess they don't move, because I was just looking at them in recon mode, and I waited for like a minute and a half. I was like, okay, guess they don't. Huh, never noticed that. They totally move. You just have to get on tower first. Oopsie daisies. So I'm going to be going and remaking that video. what I can do is unlist the one that currently exists, so I don't lose like any of the numbers or anything that came with it. But I can upload a completely new one that has the correct information edited into it, and that's what I'm going to do when I get the opportunity. What if you're a Splattershot main, but you're grinding freshness for Sheldon licenses? I mean, that's fine. I mean, the things we do for gameplay, you know, we walk around a dripless and we play the wrong weapon. It's fine. On your Metafy, is the live VOD review on or off stream? Honestly, I'm happy to do it either way. I think it's good to do on stream. It's like, I do that already with the Tuesday VOD reviews, you know? Like, I'm already making that exact kind of content, so it's not like it's anything new. Some people don't want to be on stream, and I totally get it. And for some people, they feel more comfortable being vulnerable in that case, you know, really being willing to learn and stuff. What, cat? Do you want to say hi to the people? Because that's what's going to happen now. He doesn't like to say hi to the people like this. But when he's going to be that much of a butt, he's going to do it. So this is my cat now. Look. Look at him. He is here. Okay. Hydra Splatling is a fire hydrant? I mean, it's red. That's about all I can give you there. Just found your channel. I'ma try and get good. Let's go. I like it. I like it. What role is the Splashmatic? I don't really know. Hybrid support Slayer is my very broad take on it. How do you know if you want to get better at the game or if you're just trying to climb the ranks for the sake of it? Just trying to climb the ranks for the sake of it. What would the sake of it be? Like, because I see less incentive to climb in the ranks. Like, that's just not something I care about. I don't care what letter gets. I care less about these ranks in Splatoon 3 than I ever have for, I think, any game, because I think they're just a measure of how long you've played. Just kind of makes dopamine go up, I guess. But I've said it before. I think if I had only had the solo experience for Splatoon, I wouldn't have played more than about 150 hours. It was team play, coordinated play that really made this game for me. So, I don't know. Wondering, so when I play Splatoon, I don't really think too much in the moment. I kind of go on autopilot, but I still perform well. I was wondering if that is... So, obviously, I cannot live inside your brain and know whether this is good for you or not. I based on the way that you're wording it, I would guess not, but again, I can't say for sure. So there is something to the idea that you play without thinking as much. Because it is possible to overthink things. I remember when I was in 2nd grade was when I learned this. Because I was playing soccer, playing defense. And I'm the sweeper. I'm the very furthest back position. The last player the ball has to go through before it gets to the goalie. So I'm not trying to play super far forward and, make attempts at the goal. The furthest I'm ever walking forward is like midfield. But part of that role was anticipating where the ball was about to be and being there in position to grab it if the, say, offensive player dribbled it too far in front of them or something. And I found that I was actually best at doing that when I literally didn't even think about it. My legs moved by themselves. I just kind of had this intuitive understanding. So there is something to it. However, you need to be able to modify your autopilot, because your autopilot is not automatically going to be good, like really, really good at the game. It's going to sometimes be better than an over-analytical playstyle where you just hesitate on everything and never really commit. You have to commit eventually. But you've also got to be careful that you're not just making yourself resilient against learning. So there's definitely a balance there. Oh goodness, gotta scroll back up because it scrolled me all the way back down after I answered that question. It's actually waiting for stream to ask something. What do you think of Whitehawk's E-Leader tech? I have never heard of that player and would be interested in learning about them. DM me a link and I'll check it out at some point here. I probably can't do that on stream, but... Bro, listen, bro, check this out. Sends me nothing in chat. Oh, okay, I guess it got buried. I'll get down to that in a second. What are some weapons similar to Junior? Splashmatic? Splashmatic and Splashmatic. That's really the most common alternative to it. The one that, like, all the Junior mains are, like, co-maining right now. If you want to play, like, a hyper aggro Junior that doesn't have any tools in its kit whatsoever to help it, you can play Sploosh. But Splash is definitely the next best. Night Buzzico. I don't know if this has even been discovered, but I found a way to infinitely squid roll. It's just like back and forth. I mean, you can go back and forth indefinitely. That's been known. When would you use a Dapple Doolies over something else? I wouldn't. I would always use a Zap over it if I wanted a Tacticooler. And I probably don't want a Tacticooler, so I did pick a lot of other things before it. But if you really, really need beacons, and you really, really need Tacticooler, and you don't need as much paint for some reason, like those are reasons. They're not good ones, but they are reasons. And I can say that, you know, when I can't necessarily say that about the Undercover Umbrella or the Aerospray. Are any of the weapons a hairdryer? I don't think I've seen that yet. Squeezer's a champagne bottle. But yeah, that'd be super easy for them to make. Closest you're probably getting is the Expo, actually. What is it about V-Blast that makes you play it as opposed to range? Literally the range, the short range of it. It's faster fire rate, obviously, to make up for it. It's more of a Slayer weapon than it is a, like, midline crossfire support sort of thing. I'm going in there and engaging directly and trying to get kills with it instead of having to sit back and use my range. Is this video going to have the tower control part? Yeah, this is the tower control version of it. When do you think there will be a big run? Hopefully next Splatfest. I don't know. I don't think that, honestly, next Splatfest, I don't think it's the priority for them. Or the next patch or whatever. Like, I think there are a lot of things that they want to do to make the game more functional before they start adding stuff like that. Although Salmon Run has been really popular. Oh dear, I need to go and feed the cat. That was the Meow Mix alarm that you just heard. That means it is time for me to feed the kitty, which means that I am going to fall hopelessly behind on chat and unfortunately have to skip some of the questions. That's just the way that I live my life these days. But, kitty. Alrighty. Alright, let's see if we can catch back up. Let's see if we can catch back up. I'm only 9 minutes back. That's not bad. Okay. Splash Wall does not fit Glugadoolies. Prove me wrong, I'll lay here. I think it fits them perfectly. It was a key part of the one Glugas kit that kind of worked in Splatoon 2. I think it's the main weapon that really holds the Glugas back. Trying to get better at Rainmaker. I have an entire video on how to play Rainmaker, and there's going to be another one coming out with a slightly different twist on how I present it. But, yeah, that Rainmaker guide is still pretty good. Are the rules for how wave breakers move up, down, elevation, or not? I don't know. I have not played enough that special to really be able to say. Okay, kitty, cat, kitty, cat. I love you, Romeo. Cat, show us the cat. It's literally Judd. Cat, cute. He's a baby. Cat, El Gato, Mao. Okay, I can get through a lot of this. Kitty's name is Romeo. Any tips for someone with bad game sense? That's a very broad category, and I'm not really sure what it is that you're struggling with, so it's hard to make targeted observations. After you get a splat, or whenever you're safe, check the heads-up display, check your map. That would be a good exercise. What team are you going on? I'm Team Fire type. What is the best color for seeing ninja squid? I don't know. I haven't thought about that. I feel like the lighting conditions matter a lot more than the color. Should have named your cat Judd. I got this cat before I played Splatoon, okay? And I didn't name it, and the name is cute, okay? The name comes from the fact that it was... so my friends... I've told this story on stream so many times, but... my friends found this cat, or rather, it found them, because it smelled food that they had for their cats, and it was hungry and astray, and they had a second floor window that it was meowing outside. It got onto the windowsill of it. And so they named him Romeo because he came calling at their balcony. So, I think that's a more original name than Judd. And I like it. Except I just call him Cat. Or like Kitty when I'm feeling friendly. Is there a Discord server to find teammates? Yes, there is one that is used by the broader Splatoon competitive community called Splatoon Free Agency and Team Recruitment, or something to that effect. There is also a team recruitment section of my Discord server. Lots of options there, because there are a lot of places that have team posts. Splatoon Stronghold, Academy, like any of the big hubs will have those. Took hours to beat Portal because I overthunk everything. Really big brain second grader. That team was fun. I liked that team. We had a good coach. Like, that coach knew exactly what level he could push us up to, and he pushed us there. It was a good season. Do you think Kensa is coming back? Yeah, they almost certainly will. It was a hit before. What do you think of the brushes? Solid. If you play them, like main them, you're not gonna have too hard of a time. Ink brush kit is definitely very viable. Considered adding closed captions to your streams. I don't know how I would do that, but if there is some kind of app or something, I would totally take a DM to figure that kind of thing out with you, if you know of how I could potentially do that. What's similar to Explo? It's a backliner, so, I mean, not much in terms of playing a backliner that works like that, but it's a similar role to something like an Elite or a Hydra. I guess Bloblobber, Sloshing Machine are the next closest things. What type of new weapon would you add if you could? I like what's already in the game enough that I don't feel the need to add anything new. New weapons are going to have to get progressively more complicated because they're going to start to run out of like niches for it until they make them more intricate combinations. Can you do the forward squid roll? I mean, don't you just... Are you talking about... Oh, I guess I'm using Glugas now. You're just talking about this? I mean, yeah, I guess. Thank you, Harry Brown. I appreciate that. And I'm sorry that it's taken me 9 minutes to get... God, I'm still 9 minutes behind? I've been reading chat. Oh, no. I'm new to Splatoon. What gun do you recommend? All of them, and pick the one you like the most. You can worry about the meta after you know what playstyle you like, and then maybe you go to the metagame to find the weapon that fits the way you want to play, based on what you've done so far. But, like, don't just decide... I'm only going to play this one weapon class because it's meta. Play them all, decide which ones you enjoy, and keep testing them all as time goes on. Like, it took me a very long time to be comfortable with, like, a bamboozler, as much as I am right now. But I didn't give up on the idea that I might eventually like it, and that did come true. Trying to get better at Rainmaker tips. Again, I have an entire video on that I would recommend you go check out on YouTube. Because that's like, I don't know, at least 15 minutes or something of just Rainmaker tips. Luna's a hairdryer? I don't see it, no. Is the Explo supposed to be like a furnace? Like an oven for heating a home? Best Splatling kit? Hydra. Ballpoint is a really good weapon, but the kid is not helping it that much. I did it once, but I can't do it again. I end up going backwards much more than I go forwards. If you're going backwards, you're just holding the wrong direction on the control stick when you do it. Because you go in the direction that you press the stick, provided that it's 90 degrees away from where you were swimming before. Is this a late night stream? I think so. I don't know, is it late night for you? Can Swiffer be used competitively? Yes, Ice uses it on some maps. Ice being the best backliner in North America. It is not non-viable, it's just more situational compared to the others. Hydranto, which translates to hydrant? Okay. I mean, that makes sense, because Hydra, hydrant, it's a pun. I will concede this. Got a gifted membership. I don't know who it was, but thank you. Yeah. It was probably either RAM or Lost Data, I think. Maybe Cephalo. I think they got a few in last night. Okay, I'm officially to the point where I'm back from having fed the cat. And oh my god, it's still coming. Some notes on splat rollers. Sneaky and stealthy. Get found out very fast and too soon to trade the splatter. Yeah. So that's the trick with the roller. The hard part of playing roller is the stealthy part, because the fighting is the easy part. And that's not the way it is for most weapons. So it's figuring out ways to get around the other team that is your challenge as a weapon. If you can do that, then that weapon will be successful. And if you cannot do that, the weapon will be unsuccessful. Players who paint really well are really, really painful to deal with as rollers. You need a team that's going to set you up. Yeah, like, just send me a Whitehawks video at some point, and I'll check it out for sure. Tips to fix losing streak. Win. I know that's really snarky, but without any more information, I cannot help you diagnose things. It's like approaching a doctor and be like, tips for not dying. I can be like, okay, well, here are some common things that people do to maintain their health, but I don't know what it is exactly that you're having an issue with right now, so it's going to be hard for me to help you with that. Gaping wound inside. Oh, there we go. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. That we can work with, you know? Hi, Jem. I've been really enjoying your videos. They're very useful. Do you have any tips for mirror matches in backline? They always make me more nervous than I wish they did. It sounds there like the nerves are... So, okay. Because there, nobody has an advantage by definition. And so it's player versus player. And I think what's happening is you're getting in your own head about it because... Now you have... It's just like... If you lose this, you are forced to confront the fact that player is simply better at the weapon than you are. And that is probably throwing you for a loop mentally. And my advice is literally like... If you're having trouble with 1v1s, focus on supporting the rest of your team and mitigating the effect that another player is having. Don't even necessarily go for the fight against them. Do what it's gonna take to win the game. You do not necessarily have to win by sniping them. You could win by helping somebody else. But also, I would be worried in that case that you're overly concerned with the result of the match over the process of learning. Like, play to learn, because either you win or you learn. So... if something goes wrong, like, that's not what's important. What's important is that you look at what went wrong and try to make something of it, learn from it. Found you recently binged your How to Get Out of Rank series. I just got to S rank thanks... Oh, it's not all thanks to me. You played the video game, after all. But I'm glad it was helpful to you. You think we'll get brand weapons again? Definitely. You said the mini splatling was held back by its special. Which special would you say would work better? Literally every other special in the game except maybe Tacticooler. Anything with display, like missiles, would make that a top tier immediately. Booyah Bomb would be insane for it. It could probably use Zuka pretty well. There are a lot of things that it could do. It could Crab Tank. I would... Any of those things, and I think it's a top tier already. Besides win-loss ratio, what are some ways of knowing if I'm playing well in solo? Win-loss ratio is one of the worst ways in this game to tell how well you're doing. Because win-loss ratio does not take into account at all who you're playing against. Like, if you're getting like a 40% win rate, but you're in like top-level lobbies with 2,900 level players... That is not the same thing as your 80% win rate in A rank, right? Like, that is... It's just so apples to oranges, because you're going to get placed based on who you're playing against, and who you're playing against is going to be selected for based on how well you're doing. So win-loss ratio, I think, is one of the most useless statistics for actually ranking someone in a game with skill-based matchmaking. Look instead at... how well you're doing, what mistakes you're making, what kind of players you're getting matched up against, and how quickly they're moving, and think about how well you're doing compared to them, compared to objective things that you can look at in the game, and not based on the results or anything. How do you fight with dualies? Rolling for hard engagements in combat, or for disengaging. Depends on the dualies. Different dualies fight in different ways. They use their rolls different ways. But why didn't he be named Romeow? Well, we call him Romeow. That's definitely true. And now I'm 11 minutes behind. My god, I'm actually never going to catch up to this chat. This is insane. I don't even know. I gotta be faster. I've gotta be faster. Gotta just keep going. Check the map can be really hard when you start doing it. It's a lot easier to ask which information you need and then opening the map to get that info. That is good advice. Also, flick the map open multiple times. Don't just leave it open for like 3 seconds until you know what you're looking at. Flick it open and then look back at the map, and then back at the game. And then flick the map open and look back at the game and go back and forth. What do you think of the nozzle noses? L3 more viable than I think people are saying it is. H3 is really not in a good place right now, but the main weapon is fine. It just needs a better kit. Best idle, Shiver. Close second, Fry. Distant third, Big Man. Do you run OBS or Streamlabs for streams? Yes, both. What buffs or nerfs do you hope to see in the next patch? I want the stages to be different, man. I want a complete rework of the undercover umbrella and something to give the arrow spray something to do. Splatana Wiper needs a really, really good kit and maybe a DPS buff or something. And Clash Blaster, man, I don't know what you do with Clash Blaster. People will probably... It's probably getting balanced for casual play, so I couldn't even say what you should do with that. Can you play Zelda? I can. I won't right now. And hi, Amanda. I say like 10 minutes too late. Oh wait, no. It was only 9 minutes too late. I'm catching back up. You think L is a good keybind for Booyah and Booyah bombs instead of down? I actually, it works for me. What I do is I use my right thumb. That way my movement still works. I can still do any of this stuff that I need to do. I can still fire. I can still throw bombs. I just can't, like, jump. So that's how I do it. What is your opinion on reflux? Very, very painfully mid. If you're a god at aiming with it, then sure, you can hit one-shots, but I'm not convinced that that's consistent enough with enough range. Like, why would... I feel like you would just want a splat charger if you can aim that well. Bad with shooters, but currently trying to play E-Leader and Range Blaster. Having a good time with them. Should I keep playing them? Yeah. Neither of those are bad weapons at all. E-Leader is one of the best weapons in the game. Go for it. Hello, 9 minutes from now. 8 minutes from now. Ha! I'm ahead of you, Toast. Hi, Jem. I've been really... wait, no, that was the one I responded to already. Shoot. That's how far behind that would have been if I hadn't just read it right away, because I saw it in the Streamlabs panel, the alert box. Jet Squelcher does a lot of backlining, but is it pretty much good everywhere, or is it... Jet Squelcher's kit is really bad right now. It does not fit it very well. The main weapon can be busted if you give it a strong enough backline special, but yeah, it's one of the weaker weapons in the game, in my opinion, right now. Okay. We'll get there. I'm catching up. How to deal with long-range weapons when you use a short-range weapon. Cover, and waiting until they fire a shot to move. It's like a cycle-based platformer. For chargers, is holding your aim line useful? I don't... Oh, hiding it. Yes, absolutely. People do that all the time. What is your streaming schedule? I do Tuesdays and then other times that I feel like it. Is sub-resistance worth having? I think a little bit of it, but not a lot of it. Is there any weapon that would be able to use angle marker at all? I think the sub is just painfully mid right now and needs a buff. Dream kit would be suction bomb, crab tank. What do you think? Would that work well? What else do you have in mind? Burst bomb would be better for it. It worked really, really well for the Grim Range Blaster. It had damage combos, helped it move. I think Burst bomb is the ideal sub for a range blaster. But crab tank's phenomenal. How do you think people should handle internal tilt? I'm glad you asked that, Arcane Jester. On the previous video about Tilt, I talked about blaming teammates, blaming outside aspects, which I've heard from a lot of people. The feedback I got on that video was largely either, I totally agree with this, then this helps, or that's not the way I tilt. I get down on myself. I feel like I'm letting my team down, and that causes me to feel worse. And that's something that I don't have as much experience with, because I am a person who has the arrogance to feel like he can teach people things about the game on the internet. So that's something that is newer to me, and it is something that is definitely worth addressing. I think a lot of the same strategies can actually work from one to the other, because they just basically involve disengaging from that feeling that is negative. So meditation techniques, you know, clearing your mind, being able to do that sort of thing. There was a raid? I'm seeing Vic raid, but I didn't get a notification about that anywhere. I'm sorry if the raid didn't come through for y'all, but thank you for bringing everybody over. Oh, wait, is this a YouTube? So, okay, wait. So this is YouTube stuff. I wonder if it's just not hooked up. Huh. That's weird. Because, yeah, I didn't get a notification about that at all. So maybe they're just, like, hopping over from another YouTube stream? Oh, man. I definitely missed that entire raid. At least I'm only 5 minutes behind now. I'm catching up. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Vic. Vic, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that I've missed this for so long. This is such a huge raid, too. Everybody is on the raid message. See, you're so much better at training your viewers to actually use the raid message. I'm just like, yeah, school's out. Okay, bye. Like... Very lame. YouTube got a raid function about a month ago? What? Why does it not make noises? I demand that it make noises. I must interrogate Streamlabs about this so that it makes noises. Oh my goodness. This raid is still going. This raid lasted so long here. Oh my goodness. It's not a problem with my internet unless there is something wrong on your end. Like, it's, it just literally did not inform me that there was a raid. Like, Streamlabs did not produce anything. I want to try a burst, which, you mean a burst fire weapon? L3? Unless you're talking about burst bomb, then Splashmatic, I guess? Oh my goodness. I'm only 2 minutes off. I'm almost here. Bless you, sir. I'm sorry, Vic. Gotta go before I get in trouble? Oh my goodness, what did you do? It's fun, we love you. Aw, thank you, Vic. That's very kind of you. And I'll figure out how to raid you eventually. It'll happen. I need to learn that. That's... There's some old man stuff that I need to get through in my brain. So I can do that. What do you think is the most underrated weapon? Possibly L3. Splat dualies are up there too, I think. Maybe V-Slosher? I don't know. People are saying that it's good. Favorite special across all games? Booyah Bomb, maybe? I like Booyah Bomb a lot. I think that's really cool design. And the reference to the Spirit Bomb is also just really cool. Hi, Gem, 4 minutes from now. Ha! Joke's on you, I'm only 1 minute behind. Haha. You probably don't have much, but how do you deal with lobbies where you're consistently the weakest player and losing? Learn as much as you can from those good players. Be like, ooh, what did I do that worked? What did I do that didn't work? Because what I did that worked, I know that works even above my own skill level. And whatever I did that didn't work is something that I need to start breaking the habit of early so that when I do get up to these players' levels, I'm already there. And thank you, MN Dow. I appreciate that. Raid functionality is in customization right above the trailer. If set up, you'll auto-raid when you end stream. Ooh, okay. I will attend to this. Thank you, Vic. Thank you. I'm not going to crab any tips. Don't present your back. Find a way to never present your back under any circumstances. And then you take a sight line that's open and you win the game. You're basically positioned like a Hydra. If you could turn a normal object into a Splatoon weapon, what would it be? Turkey baster. I don't know. I'm making things up. Do you think the Nautilus is underrated? A little bit. The problem with Nautilus is that it needs a better kit, but the main weapon is busted. Main weapon's insane. If H3 needs a better kit, what would the ideal kit be? Maybe like missiles and like suction bombs or something. That'd be pretty good. Any splatter shot tips? Shoot good. Practice your aim a lot, and collect a lot of information before you go in for a fight. How do you get better at be a competitive Splatoon player specifically? I mean, I have a whole host of videos on all sorts of different aspects of how to get better as a competitive Splatoon player. With backliners, it's a lot about positioning. What point in rank should I be? So like knowing where to stand that gives you a good sight line but is also safe. At what point in rank should I be considering dropping a weak niche weapon to be less of a hindrance on the team? At what point in ranked? Play whatever you want in ranked. People can get top 500 on the worst weapons in the game in ranked. It's in a team context that you really want to be seriously considering, like, trying to make the best team that you can. Tips, advice would you give to someone playing their first Splatoon tournament tomorrow? Expect that you will play badly. Expect that you will lose every single match and take every little minor victory that you possibly can. Recognize what it feels like to be that nervous. Realize that it is going to be like that every single time you play up until you're the best player in the entire world. It is not a matter of not being nervous anymore. It is a matter of learning to deal with the nerves and play despite them. Jem should start a series where he evaluates viewer replays. Funny you should mention that. That's my Tuesday stream. Can you tell the people the L3 nozzle nose is good, please? It's definitely good. I don't think it's great, but it is better than I think it gets a lot of credit for. The problem is that Splashmatic exists right now. It's a good place to find videos of competitive Splatoon 3 matches to study. Anytime there's a big tournament, so keep an eye out for tournaments. There are going to be VODs and there's going to be a stream. ProChara posts a lot of scrims, so that's one good place to look. Area Cup, so it's like, I think Zone Cup _ JP, I think, on Twitch. I might have that backwards a little bit, but those are top level Japanese teams. And FLC will also go over a lot of those from time to time. I'm _FLC on Twitch. What do you think? Why do you think my team stayed in home base when my team got a wipeout? Couldn't tell you. Maybe they found something shiny there. How to buff Brellas, give them the ability to float like Peach. Yeah, that'd be fun. I'd like a Mary Poppins joke. How does Tri-Slosher compare to other sloshers? I think it's viable. I think right now you're seeing a lot more Machine and V-Slosher. But Tri-Slosher is a niche aggressive pick that I have seen work in tournament. If it needs a better kit, what would it be best with? The best sub and specials in the game? Yeah, that is what I would be better with. Do You know about Anther's Ladder for Smash Bros? Yes, I was a competitive Melee player for 14 years. You think that something like that would be good for the competitive Splatoon scene to get it off private Discord servers? Kind of. They kind of tried a very similar thing with Sendu's, like, match-made multiplayer thing at the end of Splatoon 2. And that was popular at first and like an alternative to solo queue, but it definitely fell off after that. Like there just weren't enough people using it. But if it got big enough, that could be huge. How to deal with dually end lag? Lead your shots and pray. Best frontliner weapon kit, splatter shot. Best top 3 weapons that should never get missiles. Aerospray would be kind of obnoxious, but honestly, it kind of needs it for that to be a good weapon. If they give a Junior missiles, I'm going to hate it. If they give a Jet Squelcher missiles, I'm going to hate it. And maybe like Splash, because that would be lame. You think Trizuka would be good on a Splash Shot Pro kit, or still be outclassed by Squeezer Splatter Shot? There's no reason to pick a Squeezer with Ink Zuka to pick a Pro with Zuka over a Squeezer with Zuka. I don't think. I think that main weapon needs a little bit of a buff. Has jump RNG? There's no reason to jump on an L3. You just stand there and like shoot them in paints and walk fast. Yeah, no problem, Ari. Oh no, I'm falling further behind. I'm 3 minutes back now. Thanks for your vids, they've been helped a lot. You're welcome, Tiger Emoji. What sub do you think would probably be best for Tri-Slosh? Burst Bomb. What ult would you nerf and what would you buff? Nerf Tentamissiles into the ground, and Stamp needs a massive, massive buff. Bamboozler is a mediocre kit on a solid main weapon. However, do you think LDE is on a weapon like Splash with Burst Bombs? LDE is good on, like, every weapon. It's just a matter of there being some things that are better for that weapon. It's just so much gear for so little. Do you think it's better to force situations or wait for opportunities as a dynamo? I want to start using it more. You definitely cannot move forward fast, but you do want to move forward when you can. What's your favorite weapon tech? I don't know what that refers to. Not comp related. What team are you going to be in next Splatfest? Team Fire. Think the devs understand Splatoon well enough to achieve a healthy meta. They've been getting better at it. They're still not phenomenal. Thank you for the raid, Epic Sonic Latios. See, this is what's supposed to happen when I get raided, and that didn't happen when I got raided by Vic, and that's why I was confused. Because there are guinea pigs, okay? They are supposed to make noises at me, but they did not, and I'm upset. Pros and cons of Luna Blaster. Very, 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 very short range, trash paint, kills pretty quickly, and has a really big blast radius, so it's pretty consistent. What do you think would make the angle shooter better? I want the angle shooter to have 5 times the range, to bounce all over the place like crazy, and to do 10 damage when you initiate the tripwire. I think that is what it's going to take to be as good as Point Sensor. Who'd you main in Melee? Marth. Camera's glitching a little. Neat. Cool and groovy. How do I defend against someone with dualies and rolling? Either don't hard engage to the point where they kite you, or honestly, the answer might just be aim better. Because dualies, their advantage is basically making you miss and being able to push through enemy ink. Those are the 2 things that the rolls do for them. They are not actually that maneuverable, though, because they get locked into those rolls. How to stop bullying Bamboozler and L3 players, Gem. I'm getting bullied. I'm sorry you're getting bullied. You don't deserve it. They're cool weapons. What new gimmicks for Bow Splatana variants would you like to see added? Bow is fine. Splatana needs DPS. Is Toxic Mist a good sub for a Slayer type weapon? It's not great. Would definitely prefer different one. Missiles on Expo? Please no. What kinds of weapons do you want to jump with? So anything that's going to be up close that needs to make you miss shots, that's what you're going to you're going to jump with. And anything that isn't going to completely screw up the aim RNG. But burst fire, you're going to throw off your own aim a lot by jumping with it. And you only have so many shots. How can I decrease how many times I get splatted? Awareness of the game state. Awareness of who has an advantage. Knowing which fights to take. Have you Splatling X is super fun? Glad you like it. Thoughts on Thermal Ink on Ballpoint? I feel like that's a weapon that should be splatting people. Like, they're not going to do as much chip damage. Thermal Ink is for weapons that are going to do damage, but not kill. You get to this message and aren't caught up, just ignore chat and play. I don't know about that one. I'm getting close. I'm getting there. Why do you play V-Blaster over range? Completely different play style. And I'm better at the one that V-Blaster has. How annoying are Tentamissiles? Very. As annoying as Marth Grab range, yes. How old does a video need to be to get reviews for VOD? How old does a video need to be? I don't know what that means. What would you do to make the Rapid Blaster better? Better kit. The weapon's fine. Vimo and woomy? Those are sound effects for alerts. Woomizuka? I mean, I know what tech means. I don't know what weapon tech is, though. Like, there's not that much unique tech that's used for different weapons. I guess there's, like, jump tech for dually squelchers. It's something that would trip up most A-rank players. Aiming better, disengaging when you're missing shots or getting hits. And knowing the way to play the objective better. Or the best ones. Have you been making T-Tech on Splat 3 too? There is no T-Tech yet, but yes. What's the best rifle style weapon? So, you mean like Charger? E-Leader. What should my priority goal be the first few seconds of a match? That's a really good question, actually. Get to mid so that you're not sacrificing control right away, especially in Rainmaker. Less important in some other modes. But at least have a presence in mid and check to see where the opponents are rolling out. Use the map, flick it open to see what trails they're making. Jem, do you actually play Splatoon? I always come in when you're standing in the training area. This is playing Splatoon. This is counting towards my hours. Rapid Blaster sparking be considered weapon tech? It's not something you want to do. That's for sure. Tech is techniques. How do I beat latency? Literally just, like, lead your shots a little bit more. Beginner recommendation that's not a shooter? Like a sloshing machine, I guess? Does rank mean anything in this game since there's no problem? There is Glicko. It's just hidden. It's what's used to matchmake for you, but the ranks that you see, the letter rankings, those are, like, practically meaningless. As captain, how should I direct my teammates in games? I'm struggling to give a game plan to my team. That depends in part on game knowledge and in part on the social interactions. I have a video on the social interactions in a video called Finding Your Team, which I think is going to have some advice that might help you. But getting a game plan to the team is also a matter of getting your team to commit to learning with you. And that might be the hard part here, depending on how they're taking to it. Would you get the new Amiibos? I've never bought Amiibos. I've only ever gotten Amiibos from gifts and whatnot. How many VODs should I watch to improve? Watch enough to get yourself some goals, and then work on those goals for a week, at least. Sometimes a month. How do I know which weapon I should play if I've never played the game? Play all of them, pick the ones that are fun, and then whichever ones are fun, find weapons that are in the meta that suit that playstyle. What's your advice on how to use fizzy bombs? Yes, many. Put them in choke points. Have you been playing since the beginning in one? No, I started in April of 2018 and was competitive by November of 2018. What to do if the enemy team is all in Japanese? Lead your shots a little bit because there might be some lag. Otherwise, you're good. Glico is the ranking system, the math behind skill-based matchmaking in Splatoon. I have a video on that too. I made an ink brush. How can I give him the old razzle dazzle? Run around in circles, I guess. Do you know who Magi Ace is? No. A moment you feel personally proud of you. Personally proud of hitting A rank and people tell you it's meaningless? So here's the thing about the ranking up. Like, while yes, there is like a bump in skill, it's an uneven bump. It's something that's different for everybody. You will run into people who are ranked S+ in A rank lobbies. It's the win rate that you're able to get and the rank ups that you're able to make, they do mean something. It's just frustrating that they don't mean as much as they used to, I think is what's coming across here for me. How do I get good teammates in Splatoon? By being good and being matched higher up in the matchmaking rating. By winning a lot is the answer to that question. Best advice for bamboo? You're a zoning weapon. You stand in a range that the frontliners can't approach very easily and shoot them before they can get in range. I find myself standing still when booyahing. Can I fix that or just hope my team will cover? Again, so what I do is I actually... Let me see if I can get this on screen really quick. I move my right thumb to hit the booyah. So I can still use my left hand for movement just fine. And I can still shoot. I can still do everything I need to. But I am being able to booyah while doing all of that. Find myself... I got that one already. Do you play 1 or 2 Anarchy Open matches with Patreon players every month? That is not a thing that I have done in the past, but it... Man, 1 or 2 matches with Patreon players. That's probably like still 3 or 4 hours of matches. But it might be something to consider for sure. How do you stop a paintbrush in clamblets with football? They run faster than I swim. You've got to be in between them before they ever get close to the basket. If they've slipped by you, you've already messed up. Can't wait for Low Ink tomorrow. Yeah, Low Ink is going to be hype. It's the biggest one that we've ever had. Should be really, really fun to watch. Show a sample gear set with GooTuber. Sendu.inc/build is where you want to go to find that, because I do not know what I would run on it. And I don't have a gear set built for it. Any advice for Stamper? That's one that I don't know super well right now, because I've been seeing people play it, and it's not making sense in my head yet. Any opinion on what would make a good bamboo kit? I don't know, run speed, I guess, maybe? Again, sendu.inc/builds is probably what I would recommend. How do you win when you get bad teammates? Literally do not focus on what your teammates are doing. Focus on supporting them anyway. Even if you're the best player on your team, you're going to be better if you're fighting with your teammates. So if they go in, see if you can support it somehow. Just don't let them bait you into getting yourself killed. Make a video on the best places to shark behind enemy lines. I guess that's a video I could make. Kiver makes a lot of stuff like that. Who do I go to for warm-up drills for chargers? There was a really good video that Brian made. I don't know if it's Brian the drummer on YouTube, but Brian made one that I have cited before. Thanks for all the videos and tips. Recently, you got me into the competitive community since then I've improved into the player. Oh, I appreciate that, Bread King. Thank you so much for the donation and for sharing that. Guess what, guys? I'm caught up. You said I couldn't do it, the doubters. They didn't believe in me. So, now it's time for me to fall further behind by going and actually doing something with my stream. That's definitely what's about to happen here. How do I level up my Amiibo? You can level them up? I literally don't know. Only took 30 minutes, Gem. How dare you have Q&A on an AMA stream. Hi, Present Gem. Good job. Who'd you say makes good videos? I imagine there's a video something like that that Kiver would have. Kiver. He's one of the most talented frontliners in the West. Makes a lot of content. Highly recommend if you're a frontliner player. How are you? I'm doing fine, Daisy. I'm a little bit tired, but I got a big video done today. And it's coming out tomorrow morning. Is it alright to repost it? Absolutely. I am not skipping a question most of the time because I don't want to answer it. I'm skipping it because I missed it. Can I get advice of Salmon Run? In our Discord server, we've got Lumo. We've also got Limo. Interesting that they have such similar names. And they are both Salmon Run experts that I would recommend talking to if you want to get into that. Cool, random bomb. Love to see it. We should be able to get on tower at this point, especially with a second one down. I'll go do that. It's not my ideal job, but I mean, it works, right? Yep. Oh, they were one shot. Unfortunate. Yeah, I'm definitely falling behind now. Now I'll have to spend another 30 minutes catching up. Sabotaging my own content for educational value. What are you... Dude, this is so disrespectful, and it's not working either. I'm gonna splat your teammate because you didn't just camp my jump. And then you. What do you do when you want competitive experience but are too nervous to commit to a team for matches? Pickups is what you do. People run pickup scrims all the time. They're just scrims with people who don't have teams, but will play together for a round. It's like speed dating for competitive teams. Ah, man. Couldn't quite trade in time. But that's a Clash Blaster for you. If all you're hitting are indirects, you are not going to kill things very fast. You're still not going to kill things very fast, but you kill them much faster if you're hitting the directs. Oh, okay. I probably know that there's going to be sharking here. Yeah, let's just flank that. I'm behind the play. At least I baited someone into fighting me. Is that guy just, like, farming clips of rolling over people with Crab Tank? Is that what the MO is there? I've seen a lot of very questionable Crab Tank rolling. Yeah, well, okay. I'm fast now, anyway. Fast, but very visible. And that is why I'm worried about that. Ah! I ran right into that. I did not think that shot was coming out anywhere near that quickly. That was clever. I definitely thought they were going to go up that sponge. Oh. And that right there is called skirmishing. I recognized I was not in a winning fight, and I dodged around until I was able to get help. My teammate came and helped me, and I got out alive. Neat. I have a Discord server. Yes. Here, I'm gonna post all of the links. These are all of the things that I have. They're on that link tree, and the Discord server is one of them. We have a whole bunch of resources there. We have team recruitment places. We've got a whole bunch of like different roles for making games, for looking for group chats. So, lots of stuff. Feeling imposter syndrome? You have absolutely earned whatever progress you have made in this game. I cannot cause you to be better. I can tell you exactly what you need to do to be better, and that's the easy part. The hard part is you doing it. So do not feel like you are being carried by me. Like, whenever anybody says, I made it there thanks to you, I tell them, you made it there thanks to you, but I'm glad I could help. Am I commentating low ink? I don't think so, no. I think it, yeah. I don't know why I'm saying I don't think so. I know for a fact that I'm not commentating it. Thanks, Adam. I'm glad to hear it's helpful. Oh, we're playing this map mode. Oh. Oh, no. That was gross. Want to keep playing, but my wrists and arms are sore. You definitely learn to do stretches for those. Overuse injuries are a very real thing. Do not give yourself one. Take breaks when you need to. Do the stretches beforehand and after. Honestly, I feel like I need to be doing some better stretches than I've done so far. What are you up to? How is that guy missing too? That was a wild interaction. That was many things that did not make a lot of sense. Is low ink specifically to lower division players? It's like the bottom half of divisions. Honestly, I think it's like the bottom like 2/3 or 75% of the community. Because I think there are fewer players at high level. It's a pyramid. But yes, it's like Div 4 is the set of teams that are probably going to be able to win low ink. So anyone below them is what you're looking at. Winning it is considered a graduation up to mid-level. Although I still have my gripes with the term mid-level. I haven't done my gacha yet. Yeah, Vic rated us, and it did not give me any notification for that whatsoever. And so I didn't realize that it had happened until like 10 minutes after it happened, and everyone was sad. But, yeah. If you do start to feel like you're getting an overuse injury, if it's wrist-related, I recommend one of these things. This is a wrist splint. You can get these at any pharmacy. You just put your hand in, and you've got a like piece of metal here that's holding your wrist steady so that you cannot flex it. These things have helped me with a lot of situations like that in the past for reducing the inflammation that is being caused there. Typically, it's tendinitis in the wrists that I've experienced. A lot of the time, that's what people are getting. So lots of wrist stretches can kind of make it so that they don't get inflamed in the first place. Still have my splints. Yep. You are carrying my Twitter. I've not got nearly enough Splatoon except for you on it. Well, that's what the content creators are for, right? For filling up a Twitter feed. Do you have you considered a... Scrolls back up to read the rest of that. Ongoing text-based Q&A like Tumblr asks a curious cat. That would feel just like I am always catching up to Twitch chat. I think that's where I would get there. Tendinitis? Oh god. Please don't make tendinitis cute. Tendinitis sucks. Tendinitis is such a... It feels like your agency is being sucked away from you when you get tendinitis. Just like, you realize all of these things that cause you pain that you have just always done and taken for granted all your life. And all of a sudden you can't do those things. Ugh. Miserable, miserable thing. What time does low ink start? It's usually like noon Eastern or something like that. I don't know. I have been banned from low ink since July of 2020 for winning it. So it's been a minute. Tendon to your injuries. Oh my god, I hate this. This needs to stop. Are bands player-based or team-based? If you are on a team that won, and you are, like, on their roster for the tournament, you are banned. Like, my team, Watercolor, we were rated Div 4, probably should have been rated Div 5, that Ludi season. We were allowed to compete in low ink because Watercolor themselves had not yet won it, but I was not allowed to be on their roster if they played it. So that was how that worked. You went to get banned. Yep! Congratulations, you're officially banned! Woo! Get out! Never come back! Div is short for division. I made a video about the different kind of stratifications in the community. And one of the most important ones is your division in Ludi, or Leagues Under the Ink. It's a system that ranks teams and puts them in groups with teams of similar skill. And because of the amount of data they can collect and the thoroughness of that data, it is the best seeding resource for deciding where teams belong if there has been a recent Ludi season. And it's generally used to estimate how strong a player or a team is, and a player by extension. There are other ways to get banned. I mean, yes. We don't need to talk about those. How are Ludi organized? Ludi is a round robin of best of 9s that you play once per week. And it is, in my opinion, the single best way for a team to find scrim partners near their level and get themselves known in the community and start getting seeded properly in tournaments. I think that, like, once Ludi starts, if you want to be a competitive player, like, you need to get a team and get into Ludi. It's the funniest reason you've seen someone get banned. I usually don't find that sort of thing funny. It's usually coming from dreadfully immature behavior, or worse. I don't find it funny when people are at their worst. Maybe it's a coping mechanism for some, but I generally... Why did I engage on that? I was just impatient. I was like, the E-leader will never expect me to run straight at them across open ground. This is totally a good idea. Oh, I didn't hit my third shot. Oh, that's unfortunate. Good stuff. Good job, team. Okay. I thought I was going to fall through the cracks for a second. Well, they fell in the water. We'll take lead for that anyway. GooTuber, fire a shot! No! We needed them to fire a shot a little earlier. They could have saved the teammate and kept the push going. Probably didn't trust their aim, I guess. Oh, hi. Alright. 2 for 2. Our lead is not a lead. It's not real. It's fake. See, we already lost it, and nothing has happened. Nothing has changed. You cut this out. Okay. Can I hit that in time? I don't think so. Well, the Booyah Bomb will get him anyway. Wow. Very cool. Beautiful! Let's go. We get in there. They saw that coming. Well, we get checkpoint for that. And we probably get lead for that. There we go. Oh, this is game. Maybe game. We need to get control of the situation quickly here and get back on tower. But it could definitely be game. It's just me. Ah. Literally 2 points. I don't think we get them. Unless? Unless? Oh, they missed. Okay. Well, I got one. That's something. Cool. Oh, no. All right. That was a couple of pushes, maybe 3, that could have ended the game there, but we got it eventually. Evening? It's midnight, so I think it's evening. It's not quite midnight for me yet, so yeah, evening works. Comp isn't the biggest part of the community. It's definitely outsized in its voice, but it is still relatively small. Like, you can absolutely participate in the Splatoon community without being competitive. There's nothing wrong with that. And you can also, you know, be a casual player, but, like, learn something from a competitive player every now and then. And you can be a competitive player and just, like, squid party sometimes. Maybe not in ranked, but... You know, ain't nothing wrong with dabbling. Nice. Yeah, you can be a solo queue warrior. You can do all sorts of things. However you like playing the game is the way that you should play the game. Don't let other people decide what the correct way is to play a game, because it's a game. It's whatever you want to do with it. What experience do you get from scrims, private battles that you don't get with Anarchy Open with friends? It's mostly the seriousness of it, because Anarchy Open, you're not necessarily coming up against other competitive teams. And they're teams that are not ever going to be able to adapt to you because they don't know what comp they're going to be playing against next. But in a tournament setting and in scrims, they know you already a lot of the time. Like, they'll know, oh yeah, this guy played Splattershot, and she's a Hydra main, and he plays Machine, and they can start putting together counter strategies based on that knowledge. And that's something you have to deal with in a tournament environment once you start getting opponents that you're close with. They're also just, like, you know that you're getting a consistently high caliber of play. Like, you know that you're not just going to run into some, like, random players who are not competitive in mindset or in skill level who decided to run, like, quad sploosh and have a good time. You're not having to deal with that. And not having to deal with that means that you're actually going to be punished for bad habits. You get away with a lot against a team that's not playing competitively, that doesn't have a good comp, that doesn't really know what they're doing or isn't coordinating. And what's really important for learning is to be punished for mistakes that will allow other teams to beat you that are better than you. You think series not having a friends option is good? Oh yeah, it's necessary. Otherwise, it'd be, like, way too easy to, like, win trade or whatever. Or, like, okay, if having friends on your team would also be a problem, because then you'd be playing coordinated against players who are playing solo, and that's just not fair. I actually like the way that that part of the system works. I think Anarchy Open is a great compromise between... The one thing I don't like about it, though, is that it doesn't give your team a score like League Battle. League Battles are phenomenal and should be available from level 1 to everybody, and it's crazy to me that they're not. I think it's the very best way to learn the game. I guess Anarchy Open is you know... I like everything about Anarchy Open except the fact that it doesn't actually give you a score to work with. Like, that number can actually mean something. That Glicko power is actually a really good indicator of how strong that team is compared to, you know, what else you could be doing with your friends. So, thoughts on Tri-Stringer? Rated very low at the start of the game, not lots of people rate it highly. Yes, and that is my opinion as well. I would rate it as not the highest level backline weapon, but a viable one. It does still have very significant weaknesses, but the strengths that people have discovered, the playstyle that has been discovered for it, is definitely one that can work. Is it rude to interrupt a squid party by trying to play? If you want to win that match, you go win that match. Whatever means necessary. Now, usually, if you're trying to win that match, what's actually best is to, like, respect the squid party and let your opponents just waste their time. And meanwhile, just, like, run around and, you know, paint up their base or something. While they're just messing around. So, like, you play the game, but you don't interrupt them and invoke their wrath by attacking them. That's how you really cheese the win out of it. So there's not much of a reason to interrupt them unless you just feel like being a jerk. Which, I mean, admittedly is very fun. What do you think about not dropping rank if you lose a lot of... I think it's terrible. It's like a credit card debt simulator. It sucks. I give my friend code out on situations where I'm playing with viewers, because otherwise my friend list would be full up 10 times over. And that unfortunately doesn't work and forces me to unfriend a lot of people, and yeah. So, at such time as we were to actually play together, then I would definitely add you. Gem Sonic Adventure Battle to Dr. Haagen-Dazs ice cream? Those are words. Would rather D-rank than be in debt. Yes, everyone would. Even if they don't think they would, everyone would prefer that. Because it feels so much worse to be stuck in a rank where you're losing all sorts of matches and be like minus 2,000 and have no hope of getting out of it. D-ranking is so much better, and I don't understand why it's not happening. Well, okay. The one saving grace to it is that your Glicko rating is being impacted, and that is really the way that S+ players end up in A-rank lobbies. So maybe it actually works under the hood, but it does not feel like it works. And that's really what's most important about the way that the system is designed, because Glicko is fine. It's how the game presents Glicko to you that is going to make or break it. How do you avoid post-mortem deaths? How do you avoid dying after dying? I don't know what that means. Oh, from latency. You don't. This game is very latent. Best advice I can give is lead your shots a little bit and focus more on your position relative to theirs than on individual shots and stuff. Because, like, you can anticipate if someone's going to be able to splat you in time, and even if it doesn't look like they're about to, they probably would. Oh, I tried to squid roll. That actually would have saved me there. Yeah, I mean, Vic just raided, like, she stayed for a good long time afterwards, but you know she's got other stuff to do. Well, we let a roller in on the right-hand side. We're gonna waste our time fighting it, and somebody else is gonna be in our base. Fortunately, we're gonna be able to flank this. Unfortunately, right side is still not caught up to it, so we lost checkpoint, but only by so much. Okay, and the nice thing is they got rid of the water, so now we don't have to play in that version of the stage. We're not playing well around this roller. That was a good bait. That was a good bait. It made me think that they were just going to run away and run for the tower, and then they turned around at me. That's classic roller stuff. But, definitely worked. Okay. We're living. Yeah, dropping down was a very bad decision. And we lose tower for that. Oh my goodness. Did we lose the game for that? We honestly might. Very close. Get him. Okay. Just one. Just need paint control here. I don't trust this for a second. The roller's sharking somewhere. I guess we didn't see them. Well, it's just the roller. We get through this checkpoint, we're actually in really good shape. Alright, we came through, we came through. Good job, squad. Oh my god, wait. Wait. Can we stay on? Yeah. Feeding at this point. I cannot believe the roller got on and saved it. Again, we're not playing well around the roller at all. We need to be cutting off the angles that they could be approaching from. And they're just sneaking up on us, which means we're not painting defensively. Like right there. I didn't know that the roller was there, but I saw the curling bomb. I put a bomb down in case they decided to move there. And the SWAT didn't get me. I did back up into a curling bomb, which is definitely not ideal, but oh my god. I don't like that we're still on the tower. I don't think we have the right to have control over it right now. I think they're dead for trying. But if they're not going to enforce it, I mean, we'll take it. They're so weak. Okay, there we go. That was a phenomenal Trizuka that I would recommend that everybody try. Me dying there is a really big mistake. We could have held their plat there, but now they're going to regroup completely. We need to wipe them again. That's not the way that that starts. We need to get on tower, unfortunately. This is not where I would like to be having this fight from. And there's a crab tank on it. This is probably game. We're going to do the best we can. Yeah. There it goes. Is it worse than most people think it is? I disagree strongly. It just gives you, like, an E-liter range one-shot that you can fire 3 times. You have to use it very, you know, in a particular way. You can't just launch it from anywhere. It's not going to give you the mobility that you need at close range, but if you're at close range, just use the splatter shot. I think Crab Tank needs to be nerfed? I don't think so. Missiles needs to be nerfed first. Alright, good night, Amy. Thanks for watching. What advice would you give someone who feels like they've stagnated? You probably haven't. Improvement takes a really long time. But you'll watch a video of yourself from like 2 months previous and realize, oh wait, I'm way better now than I was then. Holy moly. Just keep focusing on learning. You'll get there. Learning and then working towards the goals that you've set for yourself. Have you eaten story mode? Yeah, I've eaten the secret level. Did it on stream. The thing about the Trizuka is that the reticle shows you a straight line, but it's actually a parabola that goes above that straight line. And so you can overshoot in the middle of its curve especially. So you gotta be careful that that's not happened to you. This is a terrible place to be. We have an E-liter in the game. Wow, that was really a Rapid Blaster. And this is an E-liter that's here. What are they doing there? I mean, it worked on me, but that's not the place you want to be, I don't think. Well, maybe I'm wrong, because it did bait me into taking the fight. It is insane that I am still here. And we ended up getting one for it. Plus we burned the E-liter's special. I don't know. It's not a complete loss. Okay. It's just this 52. I hit him twice! This is an awkward position for this. And now it's just me and my A-leader. Teammate worked well with the bomb that I threw on tower. And it's just the E-leader now. Beautiful. I'm dead to that. Okay, well we get lead and check, and then we all die. No, we didn't get checked. Water level is still where it is. I'm gonna sit here in the most obvious place. They'll never check this. See, what did I tell you? It's just that one guy. There we go, good shot. E-leader's on the rail. Ah, clever angle. This is probably death. Unless... Okay. Probably 1-for-1 trade. Let's fucking go. Teammate coming through. Let's go. Okay, well, I did enough, I guess. I am surprised that bomb did not kill. Nice! Nice, nice, nice. So, skirmishing. Skirmishing, everybody. That was what that was there. You keep yourself alive as long as you possibly can until an opportunity presents itself or your teammate comes and helps or something. It's a PG-13 stream. That means I get one F-bomb every roughly 2 hours. Sleeping okay recently? I'm sleeping well. I'm just not sleeping enough. Or at the right times, basically. But yeah. There are... I think there's a whole lecture, actually, that I give my students on cursing. Once they've reached a certain age where they'll understand it. Because I think curse words are... There are some words that are so heinous that they should just never be said, but there are a lot of words that we consider curse words that are just gross, and sometimes gross is okay. Okay. I'm checking to see if there's an E-leader so that I know if I can safely peek around this side at all. If I can exist where I want to. You're gonna have to push me out. They pushed me out. That's a V-blast. No, that's the Squiffers. Is that a V-blaster? I think it's a V-blaster. So they have double bubble. I'm gonna wait until that wall is down. Oh, crap. Go away. Ah, well. I got the Tower Rider. That'll slow it down. Could potentially save us the checkpoint, actually. If we make any forward progress. Okay, we're not going to do that. We are really just kind of dying here. Ugh. Would probably have preferred to stop that a little bit further back, but we can make do. We'll work with it. Hey, who wants a Zuka? You want a Zuka? You want a Zuka? Hey, Zuka. Chickens. Funny thing is, the bubble doesn't even save him there. The bomb was inside it. Okay, this is a significantly better defense than we pulled off the last time. Where was this earlier? I'm swimming there instead of shooting because I know I'm out of range and it outranges me. So I need to get in range of it before it knows I exist. A lot of people would have started shooting way too early there and given their positions away, and then the squeezer just turns around and shoots you for that. Can I just get a Zuka, please? Thank you. I almost juked that. Their aim wasn't perfect, but it's good enough. I don't need to worry about them. My team has got that under control. I think. Have they? Oh god, have they? Is that player still alive? What's going on back there? Okay, I guess they jumped out. Okay, guys, we knew that they were there the whole time. Oh, no. Oh, I didn't get the shots. Get this guy here. Yeah, that was bad. I needed to delete that player get on tower to trigger overtime, and win a 1v1 against someone else on the ground as my teammate was jumping in. And I missed my last shot on the Squiffer. They had a squeezer and a Squiffer. It was throwing me. I missed my last shot on the Squiffer and never actually got them down, so it was kind of over. They made a good play with the bubble. I think it blocked the last shot. Oh, the match will not count as a loss because some players were unable to continue? Oh. Okay. Well, that's cool by me. I think they need to buff Dapple Doolies or give it a good kit. A good kit would help a lot. Let's start with a good kit. Give it a burst bomb. See what that does. Like a splat bomb or something. Splat bomb would probably be huge for it. Even like splat bomb plus hammer wouldn't even be that bad. It would just be another version of Sploosh 7 from Splatoon 2, which was one of the best Rainmaker weapons in the entire game. There's a Japanese team that won a tournament with 4 Sploosh 7s. Do you have a preference between Splatter Shot and Hero Shot? Yes, Hero Shot is objectively worse. It is aesthetically bankrupt, and I will hear no other opinions. Thank you. Carbon Burst Bomb was a problem because of armor in Splatoon 2. That's what made it good. I mean, it's going to be better. It's going to have a faster kill time, but it's still not going to be as good as it was in Splatoon 2. Because the reason that Burst Bomb on that was so strong was that it gave you the fastest kill time in the game through armor. I've given my opinion on the Hero Shot already on this stream. Oh, hi. Yeah, Brush did the right thing there to trade me back. It's unfortunate that the Brella also got someone. That slows us down a lot. I think it was the Brella. Ooh, Charger's down, though. That's a good look. You know, there's someone else on me here. I can just survive long enough to get the 1v1. Okay, well, I guess that works. Oh, I missed the shot, and my teammate dies for that, too. Ugh, that was a bad miss. I'd like Bazooka, please. Thank you. Okay, fine. You're so weak. Oh, no! I thought that was the shot I needed. Apparently I needed one more. Can you not? Thank you. That's 2 down. Games like these are don't feed the Hydra challenge. As long as we just don't die to that Hydra, we should just win, because comp diff. But you need to know how to play around Hydra and not give them sightlines. I mean, Charger too, but I feel like people are a little bit more understanding of what the death laser means. I mean, sure, if you want to give up the tower, that's fine by me. Man. Hydra's left the truck. You run away. Oh, booyah. Oh, where's that good shot? I mean, sure, all exist here. This is fine. This is not fine. Probably could have just jumped out of that. Okay, so DC, I'm going to need you to back up because the tower's this way. I was wondering why the crab tank was shooting there. I was thinking, are you just trying to... Why is the Meowmix alarm set to that? I don't understand how that happened. That alarm is not supposed to make that noise. Now the cat is going to be confused because this is not his feeding time. Oh, God. We have to get on tower here because that'll stop it from KOing. And why is someone in front of the tower? We're so far back on the tower path right now. Like, it's in our base. We've got to defend that. Ugh. Okay, well, let's fix the alarm so that that doesn't happen again. Can't be making Kitty think it's food time when it's not. There actually isn't an alarm that is set for this time, and yet it went off anyway. I guess maybe it went away because it ended? That was very weird. Not a great game for me. How do you deal with Hydras? You don't give them sightlines while they have charge, and you throw things at them. Bombs, missiles, booyah bombs, bazookas. You target them with whatever long-range poke your weapons have. Because every time they have to move, they're generally sacrificing the opportunity to have a charge. They spend like 2 seconds spinning that gun up, and then they just have to go squid form to dodge lethal damage, and they lose all of that time that they spent charging up, and they can never actually fire. We will be back in these parts. Nice. The roller's around the corner here. Or no, it's a machine. Well, they're dead for that. The roller would have been a lot scarier. Let's get all of this painted up so they can't sneak up on us. The roller's going to want to do that. And notice how when these curling bombs come in, I'm painting them so that the roller cannot use them for movement if they want to. Because they'll throw a bunch out there until they think you're not looking, and then actually swim in them. That's a common tactic. That roller got too close. I can throw a bomb off of the big bubbler and stop them. That one's somewhere in that trail. Now they're down. And that is how you deal with rollers. You just paint defensively. You just do not allow them the opportunity to potentially ever sneak up on you. You take away the possibility of them being in that place before you move up. You assume they're going to move forward, you counter them moving forward, and then they can't move forward and they have nowhere they can go, and they don't really have that much range. Not a lot they can do about you. I'm very lucky I didn't get collapsed on there. I had no advantages. I got a little greedy there. I was taking shots from the player on the left while I went after the machine. I guess I scared them out, but we could have gotten a better push than that. I just needed to be more patient. Oh, okay. Well, we take those. Well, that might be death, yeah. That's a roller. And my ouch is not going to warn that teammate, unfortunately. Oh, no, they missed a shot, though. So, gamer is, in fact, a gamer, and they are out here gaming on him. That Hydra is a problem. Let's throw a bomb at it. Yeah, this is bad. Okay. Got Azooka ready. Didn't even hit it either. When you pop the Zuka, they do pop up out of the ink a little bit. You can't hide that. So, they saw me coming and had enough time to get charged. Now, the nice thing is we have lead, and so we don't necessarily need to push the Hydra. Yeah, that was... They had me in their range, but because they missed one, I was able to finish them off. Trade is fine. We just need to not lose control completely. Okay, now we should be pushing. I know where the roller is. They're giving their position away. There we go. I'll get them. Team. Tower. We're fighting everywhere else. There we go. That should have been a faster collapse, but it wasn't a very effective collapse when it did happen, so I'll take it. There we go. I don't know why we're off tower, but I'll take it. That's... Oh, I thought that got two of them. We did get the assist, and it's just the Hydra now. There are only so many positions they can take to defend this. This machine is completely out of play. Tower's all the way over here. This is what we need to be focusing on. And there we go. I guess the machine was going for a flank, but like it's not a weapon that can force its way in quickly enough. It really needed to be moving across plat to the tower instead. Maybe zoning us out with fizzy bombs so that we couldn't get to the tower and stop their teammates from being on it. Yeah, long-range maps are really good here, or long-range weapons are really good here because there is no way through mid on this map. You just can't go there. It is a no man's land. And the weapons that win when the map is a no man's land are the ones that have range. How do I deal with players trying to deal with Hydra? Stop them from throwing things. You gotta push up in front of a Hydra. That is a really important part of it. But you all always also want to make sure that you're giving the Hydra angles they can help you from. If you just chase someone around a blind corner, you're isolating yourself from the help that a Hydra can give you. So you want to, like, take fights in such a way that your opponents have to be in the Hydra's line of sight to be safe from you. Are you pro or anti-dab? I am neutral on the dab's existence, but I have had too many students who have asked me to dab in my time as a teacher, and I will not be allowing such things. Benefits of Splat Bomb over a Suction Bomb, vice versa. Splat Bomb is faster and more aggressive because of the fuse time. Suction Bomb is a bigger explosion radius, so it's better for zoning. And it paints more, of course. Roller up there. So you want to make sure that they can't just drop on us and dive. Oh, the jump from the bomb almost killed me there. I'm going to wait and play it safe and try to play range here. See if I can get an angle on this Hydra bazooka. Oh, I should have just zooked the dualies. What am I thinking there? Nobody looks below the grate for a suction bomb stuck on the underside. I'm not going to continue to push that because, oh, wow, they got the range to do that, don't they? Please get off the tower. You're going to die if you're on the tower. Yup. Throw the bomb from one angle and then drop from another. So that they're not able to follow you up there. We'll just take the tower away from them. They have to go back up to it. And then we fight them here. Okay. And now we assist with the... assisting with the flank is probably actually putting too little pressure forward. So we lose the tower for that. Yeah, that was my mistake. Nah, I'm dead to this. Missed too many shots. Jedi Master. I see. See, what was that Obi-Wan said about nothing as clumsy or random as a blaster? You're literally running the Clash Blaster, my guy. We love us some tower-specific platforming. There's a Hydra right there. No, it's dead. Never mind. Okay. This is under control. We can push up. We can miss all of our shots. Now we sit... Oh my god. I executed that incredibly poorly. I had them 3 times over in that fight and just missed too many shots. I want to take a different angle on the tower because the Hydra's over there. Hydra's here. This is fine. We're fine with them focusing us. They don't know where we are because we were smokescreened in the Booyah Bomb. You're stuck out in the open, so my teammates should be following this up. Well, we got it anyway, but our teammate died unnecessarily for it. No. Try and drop. No, they're not. They're over here. Where's the roller? There, at that point, I'm like, there's no angle I'm going to be able to get on these players, but if I skirmish for long enough and they focus on dealing with me, and they have a hard enough time getting rid of me, they don't have time to engage the tower. So I'm just trying to kill time and be in between them and the tower at the end there, since we're so close to KO. I have been playing Clash for a good bit, and I think Clash is a zoning weapon and a lot more effectively catching opponents in bad positions than playing aggressively. I would challenge that you can get a better effect from that with different weapons. Like, Range Blaster has longer range and the threat of a one-shot to discourage people. Rapid Blaster has much longer range. Oh, right, it was the gear that I haven't checked yet. I realized I had a bunch of money. So even within the blasters, there are like 3 better options for that sort of play style. And you've also got stuff like Bamboo. Okay, good, we've already got that maxed out. Is this maxed out? Oh no, this would have the 2nd star. So that I could max out. That's good to know. What else we got? Yeah, I'll take it. Probably never using this, but here's what it is. Yeah, we'll max out the Straw Boater. Oh, it's got LDE, the version I have. Okay, that is definitely worth maxing out then. Did not realize that. Never see people parrying splat bombs. I think in order to parry, you need to be able to swim. And if you can swim, then most of the time you can just swim away. A lot of the time people are dying to bombs, it's like their feet are painted or they didn't react fast enough. And that's still going to prevent you from parrying the same way that it's going to prevent you from swimming away. So most people are just going to swim away instead. Another thing is that people are not especially used to squid rolling. This is not a very good competitive rotation, but I am getting points. I will do it for the points. Can parry bombs? Yeah, so if I can get here to do it in time, I can show you. Yeah, I mistimed it. There. I got hit by that bomb, parried the damage, and didn't die. The squid roll gives you ink armor, minus the knockback effect from lethal damage that it had in Splatoon 2. It will protect you from 30 damage or 1 lethal shot, leaving you at 20 if it does 180 or more. Hydra made a mistake dropping there. They don't have any room now. That was laggy as heck. And there's a wipe. I want to get further forward, but the only way forward is right because this map is fantastic. We didn't play the hold on the base as well as we could have there, but still good points. Still a hard push for them to make. I'm back. Wow, I'm surprised that Junior didn't kill, or the shot didn't kill me. Ah. Well, maybe we get checked. No, we don't get checked. At least Luna traded. We win by just stalling here, but we don't ideally want to do that because this map is so swingy. I don't know where the other player went, but I'm just going to take tower and make them show themselves. There we go. Now we finally get this check. And the game. Only subtracts 100 damage? Okay. Maybe there are some things that can one-shot you through it. Is winning more about capitalizing on mistakes or making good plays? What's the difference? It's a good play to capitalize on someone's mistake. I guess if you're asking, is it more about initiating or handling initiation? It depends on the team comp. Some team comps are built better to do one thing over another. Oh, wait, this is a double blaster comp. I'm not sure I like that. Might not have locked myself in for it, but yeah, here we are. Is my camera frozen? Yeah, my camera's frozen. Happens once a stream. It's so cool. This has been a feature of OBS ever since they updated it. Hey, look, there I am, but with the green screen broken. PNG tuber. Amazing that you can play so well without moving. Har. Yeah, the router won't die for another 45 minutes. I'll end before it does. Okay, well, here's where we be to not feed. Oh, you're weak, and I should be able to get these shots, but apparently I only hit you once? Excuse me? A little bit of lag and a little bit of bad. What happened there? Oh boy. They're teleporting too. My goodness. Okay. Good that my teammate followed up on that. We still need tower. There. Good job. That's delayed wipe. Now just don't get sniped. They fired a shot just now, and now we scared them. And we back up. We don't go too far because there isn't. Okay, Hydra's down. So Hydra's gonna hold that angle, which is fine because that means they're not holding the tower. Nice. Unfortunately, there's only one left. If I stay alive there, that's a much better situation, so that's definitely on me. I don't know what you're trying to do there, man. You are a sploosh. What is your plan? Oh, hi. Nice. Oh, crap. Leader took a good angle there. Oh. Well, that doesn't work, does it? Yeah, I even saw them raising their arm, and I mistook that animation for something else. We have got lead, though. I'm not jumping into that. We don't need to. There we go. Oh, God. Okay. Thank you for the raid, D-Dip! So, hey, everyone go follow D-Dip, because they're the best in the game at private battle streams. Bomb music playlist. Very nice vibes. Highly recommend. I went the opposite direction of the way that the Sploosh was expecting me to there. Unfortunately, I missed all my shots once I did. What's up, everybody? And thank you for the follows. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, we've really got this game in the bag as long as we don't just feed, like I'm about to do, by being hit by this Hydra. Oh, let's go, team. Good follow-up. Like I said, just keep skirmishing. Just keep swimming. We've got them so bottled up right now, it doesn't even matter whether we have the tower. They're still losing the game by not being able to approach. This is a little risky of me. What do we do here? We honestly could have let it go back to mid, and that might have even been a better play, because then they wouldn't have been able to get on it. We had them held back so far. You gotta go for tower, and you can't. That's game. Team really pulled through there at the end. They were following up really well. What are we learning about today on stream? I was doing a bunch of Q&A and stuff. One thing we are learning is that I have a YouTube video dropping tomorrow on tower control. Big old guide to decision making in tower control. So that's something to plug there, I suppose. Oh, hey, Nightbot is plugging that too. I didn't realize Nightbot was on the shill grind as well. Yes, I am a professor. Welcome to my university, because professors own their universities in this world that I just made up. Oh, hey, it's Undershirt Man! Also a frequent raid target of this channel. Go follow Undershirt Man too. He's neat. Neat and potentially groovy. Took a break from playing Splatoon to watch someone else play Splatoon. That's how it be. I'm just gonna paint for Zuka. so that I have something to do about the dynamo, or the, well, the dynamo would be good to remove, but the Hydra is really what I was trying to say there. I say I'm going to use it on the Hydra, and then I end up firing it because I just see it jump, and I'm like, ooh. Hi. I was hoping that that would land someplace else and actually... Wow, I'm alive. That's incredible. Dang it, I thought they were behind the sponge and they were behind the corner. Oh, that's Dia. Dia is a player for Komodo. Another competitive player, an early inspiration of Devies. I know we've got a lot of Devi fans in the chat here. Man, I did not want to be marked by that. I don't want to be here, is what I'm learning. Yeah. Wait, how did he get up there that quickly? Oof. Eh. Launching this. I don't know where anybody is. That was a waste of a special. I was thinking to use it for the Hydra, but like they had an angle that I couldn't hit. Hey, cut that out. My teammate. I like them. I like them alive more than dead. Ow. That was a bad push. That's something that you maybe do if you have a teammate and you're willing to trade. It's not something that you do alone when you don't have control. Zuka wasn't pretty, but everything after it worked. Can you attack the tower, please? Thank you. Oh, I love it when they do what you ask them to do. Nice, and it's just the Hydra. Okay. So I'm a little greedy going after the Hydra there. Hydras will actually sometimes stay out there for a second to see if they can get a pick on someone who pushes up a little too greedily. There is a very specific way that you're going to have to rush the Hydra even if you are in a 1v... If they are in a 1v4. No. Maybe? Okay, good. Are we about to win this with a push to 78? It does sound like a mincemeat game. Stall on the tower here. I'm not even trying to engage. Just the longer it stays here, the better. Because it means that they have to push further, even if they do splat us. And they have not splatted us. This guy has to go right at me. They cannot. Nice. That's a tip that I do talk about in the video that's coming out tomorrow. It's, if you are on tower and you cannot push the tower forward safely. You don't need to abandon the push and just give up all of your space. You can just hop on the tower and then get off. And the tower will stay there for 5 seconds, and then even if it starts moving backwards, it'll move backwards slowly. And you can just kind of keep it there. That puts the pressure on them to push me. And they have a Dynamo and a Hydra and like a Squiffer. It was really only the 52 that wants to push in there. And since they're pushing in so alone, they're going to have a lot of trouble doing that. 6 and 16 on the Gal for attempting to play on a team with without another frontliner. I don't even necessarily blame the Gal for that. There were a couple of moves they made that were a little predictable, like that I could pre-fire. There were a couple of times where they missed a few shots, but I think that overall the big problem for them there was they just didn't have anyone that was able to push with them. They got the most out of when their Dynamo and Squiffer made really aggressive plays. Massive saltwater fish. I like it. What's your favorite mode to grind out? My favorite mode in general is Clan Blitz. But I like a variety. I like not having to do the same thing for too long. Eh. We stop these. Nice. Oh, well, I died to that, yeah. I screwed up my movement once, and so I should have gotten away from the Flingza, but once I was stuck there, they were able to catch up to me. Hi. I don't know what you were aiming at. There wasn't anybody there. There were 2 people in the vicinity, but none of them were where you were aiming. There we go. Nice. Great missiles again. That's the Flingza experience. After they missed the first shot, I was like, wait, they're gonna miss all of these other ones. Wow, I can't believe I got out of that. So, with Object Shredder or Trizuka, and I don't have Object Shredder on. Wow. I just did not see that bomb. I don't have Object Shredder on, but with Object Shredder Trizuka, you can... on a damaged player who uses Booyah Bomb, you can actually one-shot them through the Booyah Bomb. It's kind of insane. So I was trying to shred the Booyah Bomb, but I wasn't hitting the shots. Jump across to try and stay between these players and the tower. I'm surprised that they got the shot out that fast, but they're weak. Nice. We can stay on. Nah, no, we can't stay on. The player's probably dead now. They might be able to back up. Are you going to jump or not? I wanted to go in and help my teammate there, but I didn't want to draw the jump behind enemy lines. Oh. Phew. Go away. I know I'm here. Maybe I can just distract him for a little bit. I should jump. Oh man, they actually came out and got me. Wasting time there isn't the worst idea, especially if I get out alive. Because like they didn't make it to first checkpoint in that time. Someone sharking right down here. Maybe they're down here. There they are. Found him. that the Expo I just saw? Expo? Food? Range blaster. Okay, that's a good 2-for-1 trade that we got up top, so we can get up onto the tower. So we want to make sure it can get through this choke point first, because even with the checkpoint down, it's still pretty easy to aggress the tower from there if you let them have that space. But from now on, we want to be focusing on this side. Oh, cool. Oh my god. There we go. Didn't even have to use the Zuka. Let's use the Zuka, just for funsies. Does it start to beep when someone's about to jump to you or when they've already jumped? There are two different sounds. It makes one when they're looking at you, and then another one when they've committed to it. Rank question. More or less breeze through the ranks, climb to S+, but ever since then I've basically been stuck. Did I just rank up to the right spot, or is S+ somehow different? I don't know exactly how it works, because I've been hearing a lot of stories similar to that. And it's hard for me to say as well, because, like, I haven't gotten to a point where my progress has slowed down that much. But I know that there are a lot of people in that same position. So I don't know if there's some, like, glyco threshold that they expect you to have hit when you get to S+. And maybe if you, like, sneak your way through, if you just, like, fluke your way through, then it's kind of... There's this concept in psychology called the Peter Principle, which is that people tend to be promoted up to one level past the point where they're effective. It's like they do a good job, and then they do a good job in the next role, and they do a good job in the next role, and finally, right when they're getting to the point where it's overwhelming, that's when they get promoted one more time, and now all of a sudden they're out of their depth. That's kind of a thing that tends to happen in offices if you're not careful. And so it's possible that that's happening with the rank system, where there are no demotions, and so you can, you know, have a whole bunch of really, really tough rank up battles, finally clear one of them, and maybe that's what happens? I don't know. I would have to learn from a data miner to really know exactly what's going on under the hood. Gonna rely too much on gyro. I definitely use the right stick. Like, I just used it to turn around there. You use the gyro in combat, and then you use the right stick when you need a little bit extra to turn yourself. And you don't want it to be, like, continually going more like this. At this point, I'm just gonna, you know, flick the right stick to go the rest of the way. It's the gyro is for when you need the precision, which is generally in combat, and when you need, like, a really quick, precise turn. Like, if I know someone's right behind me, that's all gyro, because I know exactly how far it's going to go, and I can't say the same about the sticks. Minus 2,300 in debt. Yeah. I hope they change it so that people can demote. I think it's really kind of soul-crushing to just be stuck in perpetual debt. I use max sensitivity. +5, +5. I recommend it for frontline weapons. Backline weapons, you can get away with, like, -3. Still be fine. There are top players who play almost the entire range of sensitivities. Like, it doesn't matter much. Always wonder. I have very mixed feelings about the Splatoon 3 ranking system. On one hand, it's still Glicko 2, so it can't go too far wrong. But on the other hand, like, the way it's presented and the lack of demotion, there are some things that I feel like are much worse than, say, the rank system from Splatoon 2. In Splatoon 2, the letters meant a lot more than they mean in this game. Like, as soon as you put someone in a lobby in A rank with someone with an S+ sticker on their splash tag, like, even if it makes sense in the long run, that's still a terrible presentation. That's not a thing that you should be allowing to happen. Ha! I got rid of their wave breaker by shoving the tower back into it. Because the tower destroys objects like that. It can delete a tacticooler. They haven't cleared me out, and they don't have a really clean way of doing it without putting a roller over the top. Now, unfortunately, we all went in the same angle as me and died. Because we were drawing fire to me. As well as taking it ourselves. Oh, that was a good shot, and I should have respected it. That's... Oh my god, how many wave breakers are there? I need more support up here. And I don't have it because I have a Reef Slider, a Hydra, and a Charger. Excuse me? Oh, it was the roller. That makes more sense. I thought that was a collat, and they definitely died on my left before I died. Got control mid back. I'm so sick of wave breakers. Oh my god. I'd like to... Oh man, that was a dumb decision. I was just frustrated. I was like, I want to move. That's one down. Can't go anywhere. Like, I can just cut off all the options. I don't even have to aim super carefully. There we go. You're last. There we go. Ah, they're mine. That'll actually slow things down a lot. Unless this jump is safe. Oh, the tower actually makes that a lot safer. Oh. Hi. Why did you drop? You're an E-leader. You don't need to do that. You can still hit things from where you were. Oh my god. It's been known that I'm here for too long. Lucky I got out of that. That was not a good situation to stay in. Okay. We've got a shot. Okay, we have less of a shot. We've still got a shot, though. Just a roller. Oh, let's go! That's lead. Thank you for letting me move up. Oh, well, I guess I'm taking this elevator up. That was really slick that they avoided all of that, however, comma. There we go. Whew. Do we know when Big Run actually is? I don't think so. I think it's known to be, you know, coming out on a future update, but they haven't said which update. And my hunch is that it's not a huge priority for them right now. Salmon Run is already popular as it is. So I don't know if that would bump it up or down on the priority list, but there are definitely some things that they'll want to fix. They need to add new content pretty soon. So I think there are other things that come first. Why did I hit stay with this team? We have double backline. I want to stay with Martha, but like also we have double backline. I'm not a fan of that. I don't know if there are any maps for it. I guess it's these. Oh, cool. It's just Martha now. I'm down with that. We've Half-Blood Martha on Twitter, and I believe is a Twitch streamer. Couldn't tell you if you're streaming now, but... Splash wall's good against towers. The tower will just break a splash wall if it goes through it. If that's what you mean. It's not going to stop it. It's good for like keeping yourself safe if you're on the tower. If you can land the wall on the tower somehow. Do I just carry the team? Yeah. Yeah, because you're goated. You're sick. You're cracked. You have an IV that's giving G Fuel directly into your bloodstream. They're not doing much in the way of contesting this checkpoint, so I don't need to do much in the way of pushing. Nice. I took that angle because it gave them a smaller window to hit me, a smaller target. Nice. That should be game. Yeah, they just did not put up a lot of a fight when we started pushing to first checkpoint. It was only like 3v4. They could have thrown some bombs or something, but they just backed all the way up and gave it to us. Like, there wasn't enough making me feel unsafe for pushing into their base from the right-hand side. Always thinking about that line from the video. It's true. Yeah, the tier list is applicable to ranked. Like, I do think that you will have an easier time in ranked, especially at high level, with certain weapons over others. Obviously, you know, there's a skill floor that you have to meet to play the weapons effectively. I'm not going to ding the weapons for a player not learning how to play them effectively, but that also means that weapons that are harder to play are going to be underrepresented in solo queue below a high level. But, like, you know, Kiver got the arrow spray to top 500, but it was still 200 points less in X power than his main weapons got. 200 to 250 less. So it's like, he was able to find success with it, but it was less success than he got with other weapons. And, like, I do still think it matters. you have any suggestions for how to use a point sensor weapon? How best would that fit into a team? Well, the problem with, like, not demoting is more of a psychological one, because you're right, Glicko 2 is matching you up with people you should be matched up with, but the letter ranking doesn't mean anything then, because you're effectively lower than your rank would suggest. So why show that rank? Any suggestions for how to use a point sensor weapon? Supportive weapon that has the time to throw those things at important choke points. So you just want to make it so that your team knows when someone's coming. Also realize that, like on Eel Tail, for example, you can hit people through the ceiling with that. This is a mistake that the Charger's watching. First check is a victory, honestly. Nice. And we back off from that. Awesome. That is good awareness. Okay. No. Nope. That's my Charger. I like them. I want them to stay on the map. That was a bit of a mistake on my part. I thought I had more support than I did. I thought I was going to go over the top, and it did not. What about this player? Yeah. Teleport behind you. Ugh. We did get second check, and that changes the map, which is nice. Less painful to play on now. Oh crap, I died for this. Okay, guess not. That was not who I was expecting to hit with that. Well, Flameo, Lone Wolf Ice. That's not. I don't think that's top level player Ice, right? I think I squidded on the sponge as I was trying to jump across. That was a silly ride on the rail that accomplished nothing and almost got me killed. Okay, they got checkpoint. That's all they're going to get for that. Nice. Ooh. Can you not? Thank you. Yeah, they'd probably win this, right? Cool. Kept them off the tower long enough anyway. Definitely wasn't winning any fights with that guy, but it worked out. Being angle shooter is better than point sensor. Absolutely not. I think it's the weakest sub in the game. Curling bomb is the other argument. Brushing my teeth. Wish me luck. Don't fall in or something. I am down to stick with this comp. This has been working. Alright, well, I'm down to stick with Martha. This has been working. Thoughts on Ink Mine? I'm not used to it, but I'm using E-Leader. You use it in major choke points, and especially on zone. On zone, it's really good because you know they're going to go there, and it paints where it pops, and it makes them really, really vulnerable, because being on zone is the worst place to die, because you paint for the enemy color at your feet, and you go down. So, a mine goes down, plus you get splatted by the mine, equals a whole lot of paint on zone for someone who's not actually on the zone. How do you move so fast? How so? Like, are we talking about aiming? Are we talking about, like, me getting up over a ledge quickly? Would be useful if I hit my shots. That's the problem. Like, with point sensor, you don't need to hit anything. You need to just throw it in a general direction and hope they blunder into it. Angle shooter's precise enough that, like, if you know where they are well enough to hit them with it, you don't need information about where they are. You already know. They're already moving obviously enough. One for one, and we got one with a bomb, so we know where the leader is, we know where the Splatana wiper is, they're down there. We're also not worried about them because they're a Splatana wiper. Just check. Is it safe to stay? Not. It was good we got out what we did. We can potentially stall it here. Actually, no, we can just keep... Oh, no! We could have kept going if I had actually dodged back behind the pillar. Because that's what I meant to do, but I ran into it instead, and so here we are. Oh, I hit them twice, too. Thought we were going to be able to stop it from there. Oh, well. We didn't really make a lot of progress with that either. 55 is not really that much of a lead. We should expect that to not last long if they get anything done on first checkpoint. Probably didn't get anybody. Way too high. But this is progress. I'm gonna get flanked by the wiper. I'll be able to get that guy and not die to the bomb. We're gonna get crossfired here. And there was nobody to deal with the guy on the right because we were all dead. So I probably shouldn't have stayed in that. Shoot one side, bomb the other. They have no way out except getting off the tower. I was ready that time. Okay, this has a very good chance of actually succeeding in getting us the checkpoint, although we need to not let this become a problem. Oh, let's go! That was blind. Well, we got a checkpoint. That's huge. The rest of the push didn't go quite so hot, but... Yeah, no. Right. So there goes all of their pushing power. Oh. It actually seems like a really good idea to pair Splatana with Wavebreaker, because it's another thing you can damage combo off. I'm just gonna go up here. Okay, we're not. Maybe we're not. Maybe we're just gonna back up. Okay. Easy. It is just the E-Leader that's looking at me over here? Okay, it's just the E-Leader who's alive. Make sure it's safe there. I'm gonna push her. Oh, there are two here. That's one. That's two. Very nice. And now it's the wiper from behind. Ah, it was just a bomb. I was gonna say, I didn't think the Ely would be expecting me to be there. Okay, let's be a little bit careful. They're gonna put a lot of pressure on me, which might free up my team to do things. Oh, well that should be it. They can't even get there in time. Yeah, getting the tower into mid there is actually pretty good for us, because in order to get back on the tower, they have to go across the grates. That's not safe at all. Splatana, Burst Bomb, Wavebreaker. Yeah. That would be worth considering running the weapon. I'd at least try it out before disregarding that. I think it definitely needs a Burst Bomb if it's not going to have Torpedo on its next kit. It's the only other thing that, like, makes that weapon usable, I think. Having damage combos. All weapons are viable to the same degree, but the arrow spray. There's a question that Angel was asking earlier. I want to scroll back up and see if I can find it again. I think I'm too far back. All right, well. My internet is about to go out, so I'm going to set you guys off on a raid and go to bed. We're going to go and raid Rafa, who